Welcome to the channel, folks. My name is Kelly. I am the Missouri Carnivore. I'm glad you stopped by today. Before I get started in this video, I want to share with you Romans 1:16. For I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, for it is the power of God for salvation to everyone who believes, to the Jew first, and also to the Greek. I am back home from the mission trip that I was just on recently. Today is May 30th. I got home Friday, May 29th, and I had a fantastic week. We had a great group of people that went down to serve the Lord, to build a home, to share the gospel in this home. The house is a tool, but it's also the way for the family that prayed to have this home. Finally got their home built after 2 years waiting. And I am beyond grateful to be the hands and feet of Jesus Christ for this home, for this family, and be with a great group of people. I am beyond grateful and beyond blessed. This trip was very humbly for me, and I am be ready for the next one, which will be probably next year for me. Well, that said, I also, in the last year, I've been almost 2 years on carnivore, and I've been doing the carnivore diet since July of 2024, and I feel great, I feel phenomenal, and I have lost over 70 pounds. But sometime around a year ago, I have actually stalled on my weight, probably due to a lot of healing in my body, but also I've been doing the regular carnivore. I do dairy. I've been doing a lot of cheese and stuff like that. And, you know, some of my videos that you've seen, also the recipes have a lot of cheese in it. Well, I held at weight for a while. I even did a fat fast for 3 days, and I got the weight down. But even when I went back to the carnivore and put the protein back in, I gained back, I went back to 270. Could never lose the rest of this weight. And matter of fact, I have also gained some of this weight back, probably about 10 pounds, almost 20 pounds. So, and also being on this trip, which I mostly did eat carnivore. I ate what I took on the trip. They had actually fed us, and I had options. They had eggs, they had ham, they had sausage, they had meat. So I had those options to be able to eat. Also, the family fixed us stuff. And the first day I took what I prepared on the build because the family fed us pizza. The next day they fed us some kind of pork, was very delicious. And the third day they fed us beef. But no matter what, I was beyond grateful that the family shared their hospitality, and we as a group that went down to become the hands and feet of Jesus for this family to have a home that they can share the gospel. But I'm ready to do a major change up, and I want to get the rest of this weight off. My goal is to try to lose the rest of this weight. I want to finish this weight loss journey. I know my body was a little inflamed. I have a bad hip joint that has to be replaced no matter what. No matter what exercises I do, nothing has changed. It is damaged. I don't have the full mobility. I can squat, I can do all that stuff, but I can't do like I can on my left side as I can't do it on my right. So, being on this trip, traveling, you're out of your realm. For me, if I'm traveling by myself, I'm pretty much good. I stick to my routine. But when I'm traveling, it changes, especially when I'm with a group of people that are not carnivore. And, I stayed clean as carnivore much as I can. Especially when we stopped, I got pork rinds. I made sure I got burger patties and stuff like that. And I also took what I, on the build and build as well, and lived in myself. But also sitting 8 to 10 hours in a van, driving or riding shotgun, I tend to stiffen up. And for me, this gave me the signal. It's time for me to do a change-up, a major change-up, a change-up that I have never done before. And the one thing I want to do is I am going to go to Lion's Diet. Today is Saturday, May 30th. This is day one. I'm going to try this for 30 days. And I remember back in the past that when it comes to eating meat, eating beef, especially beef, I always felt the best on it. This is where I did the best. So I decided I'm going to do the Lion's Diet. I don't know why they call it the Lion's Diet. I know that it is, it's basically ruminant animals. I know lions eat more than just ruminant animals. I have seen on television where lions eat zebras. They're not a ruminant animal. I have also seen them eat other animals like a warthog or a wild boar, stuff like that on television. So I know they're more ruminant, but I think it was the idea that they, being on this, in Africa or in the savannah or the Sahara, whatever it is, out there in Africa, that the primary animals out there are ruminant animals like wildebeest and buffalo, water buffalo, and the deer-like animals, the gazelles and stuff like that. So I'm assuming that whoever come up with this diet, the lion diet, I'm assuming that's how they did it. So what does the lion diet consist of? Pretty much beef, salt, and water. But for me, I like to add a little spice. I'll still do my salt and stuff like that. And I like the little spice. Now, someone's probably going to get after me and say, well, that's not the Lion's Diet. Well, here's what I say. Just like Carrie Mann's daughter, Emma the Carnivore, will say, you do you, I will do me. And I feel that having a little bit of seasoning, I never was affected with seasoning. It'll help me stay sustainable on this. And sometimes for me, just plain beef without it sometimes can be bland. I like a little spice. Now, I have ordered some today from Saltr. Saltr here. They have now come up with an organ blend, seasoning, salt with the built-in electrolytes and all that. I ordered the trio pack. Now, I'm not saying you have to, but if you're interested in any Saltr products, I have a discount link, and I'll have it linked in the description box down below. All you got to do is use my discount code KMC, and you'll get 10% off the purchase if you're interested in it. And so, back to the Lion Diet. Why am I doing this Lion Diet? It's because I want to finish my weight loss journey. I want to have the optimal health. I'm also want to do a longer period intermittent fasting. I close my window down. So, and when I eat beef, I tend to not to eat as much. I don't eat as much like if I eat a lot of eggs or I eat pork or I eat chicken. And so this is why I want to do it, because for me, my best where I felt good was a long-term intermittent fast, and I ate mostly red meat. And anything red meat, ruminant animals, whether if it's sheep, goat, lamb, deer, bison, or anything that chews their cud, that is a ruminant meat. And that's one reason why I want to do this. I want to optimize my health, and I want to finish this weight loss journey. And also for me, I want to get not only the weight, I'm sure some of this is water weight because my body has fluctuated, but I have gained weight. And that's why, for me, I am taking out the dairy. I'm taking dairy out for right now. This next 30 days, I'm doing the Lion's Diet. After that, I don't know where I'm going to go, but pretty much I'm going to stay away from dairy for a while until I finish my journey. Now, probably some of my recipes, when I go back to doing recipes, I'm going to try to do something consisting of without the dairy. Sometimes there's minimum amount of dairy, but pretty much what I want to do is for the next 30 days, I want to do nothing but the Lions diet. Now, I will have a little bit of coffee, and I know some people will say, you know, you need to get off the coffee. Well, to me, I feel that coffee. I used to put the heavy whipping cream. Since I used up all my heavy whipping cream over a week ago, I have not been putting it in my coffee. I've been doing it plain, except for on the mission trip, they had some cream. Now, one thing about it, regardless if it's 100% pure, I don't know because I cannot understand and read Spanish. So it didn't taste funny and stuff like that. But now, since I'm back home, I wanted to get very disciplined. Plus, I also want to honor God. And the one thing how I wanted to honor God is I want to make sure that I can stay moving, and less inflammation in my body, the better. Especially when I work. I work in an apartment industry, and we're on this time of the year. We're moving. This is our busy season. Not only that, we got to make sure the grounds look good. We have to make sure the pool is ready for the residents. We have to do our work orders. We have to make sure we upkeep the property by sweeping because our lawn care company will blow grass and stuff, debris in the breezeway, especially the lower ones. And also, we have to do trash. And this time of the year, since the ACs are running, we have a window type unit. We only have 11 units with central air. The others have what they call a window unit built in the wall. So we have to go with 6 buildings, 4 of them with 2 sections. The other 2 has 3 sections. So we have to go up and down these stairs daily, Monday through Friday, to dump pans, dump the water out because they will overflow. So a lot of that stuff is busy. And for me, I remember before Carnivore, right before I went Carnivore, I didn't like how I felt. And I was in so much pain. And I remember day 1 on a Carnivore. I remember my day 1 when I started that I just decided I'm going to give this a try. I was actually to debunk it, but I was wrong. And what I ate mostly was burger patties from McDonald's and ground beef. I had 2.5 pounds of that, and I noticed that things was way different. I noticed that the pain subsided way less. I noticed that I rapidly dropped the weight. And the inflammation was slowly disappearing. But I want to make sure that my health is optimal. And I want to make sure that I'm in that deep ketosis. The last challenge I did was, I called it the change up. It didn't go so well. I didn't gain any weight, but I didn't lose any weight. I also my ketones did not go. The highest I got on my Keto Mojo ketone monitor, 0.5. That was the highest I got. So I remember from day 1, I did a lot of beef, mostly beef. And I felt the best. I lost a lot of weight. And when I kind of switched up a little bit and really added more dairy in it, I noticed that things change. And dairy is one of those that a lot of people, a lot of you out there in the community, and a lot of you out there cannot handle. Some people are fine with a lot of dairy. For me, I have to limit it. And now putting it in there every day is something that I think was one of my biggest downfalls. Make it as a treat every now and then is okay. And I know for me, if I eat cheese, I love cheese and I will devour a lot of cheese. I can take a whole block of cheese and it'd be gone in a setting. Just like before when I was on the standard diet. Before 2021, when I was before keto, where I ate 1 box of Little Debbie's Nutty Bars. And I ended up eating the whole box instead of 1 package. That's the way cheese was for me. It's like my kryptonite. And the other thing I want to hold back why I want to do the Lions diet is because for me, I'm going to try for the 30 days. I'm just going to eat whatever the fat was with the meat, and I'm going to not add any fat. Some people runs better on fat. I tried both ways and it doesn't work. So I do the best in the middle. So I'm not going to add fat, but I'm not going to eat super lean meat. I got to have the balance. So for me, just like here in front of me, I found these at Bratcher's, and they're called brisket burgers. So that's what I'm having for my meal today, Saturday, May 30th, day one. I'm going to have 4 of these beef brisket burgers. And then tomorrow, I don't know where I'm going to there, but most of the time, mine will be more on the affordable side. I'll probably eat ground beef most of the time, but there's different ways that you can eat ground beef. There's different ways that you can prepare your ground beef. And, you know, with the seasoning, it's going to help me, because one thing about ground beef, if it's just ground beef, unless I'm really hungry, I don't enjoy eating it, because it doesn't taste great unless with the seasoning. So seasonings don't affect me. So I'm gonna have a little bit of coffee. Eventually, my goal is to downsize from the 2 cups a day that I normally drink to 1 cup. And I may try to eliminate it and maybe replace it with hot water or something different to replace it with. But meanwhile, what I'm gonna have is beef, water, salt. I add some spices to my beef, and I'll drink my coffee. But other than that, I'm gonna do what's gonna work for me. And now I have to, you know, what did work for me is now not working anymore, and now I want to change up. And I'm strictly want to do this for 30 days to see how I feel. And I know many people that when they did the Lions diet, they felt phenomenal. They felt their best. And so that's why I'm doing it. So if you like this video and you think this video is helpful, please hit that like button. Make sure that like button's hit, because the more that this video gets liked, the more that YouTube will put it out. Subscribe to Missouri Carnivore. Hit that notification bell so you know when the next video comes out. And comment down below that what are you doing to optimize your health as well. And like always, let's be kind, be positive, have a good attitude, and encourage and support one another. Y'all have a great day. God bless.